this video I'm taking you for a little bike trip on the Czech countryside. We are here on holidays with our family. My wife is from Prague, and we just came to visit her aunt and uncle and her cousins here outside Prague, maybe 50 kilometers, in a small village called Lidice, and I just looked inside their garage and there were 2-3 nice trekking bikes standing there, and I asked if I could borrow one and go for a little trip. What I really like about Czech is that here outside Prague there are really nice beautiful roads and a lot of small villages like nearby. You cycle 5-10 kilometers and there's always a new village to see, so that's what I will try to do now. Go for maybe for a 20-30 kilometer little trip and see what I can find. Here behind me, I don't know if you can see, the landscape is very open right now, very beautiful, and it's like super hot. I can never experience anything like this at home. I think it's 35 degrees Celsius right now, and I bet there's not many local people going cycling in this weather, but for me it's pretty exotic, so that's what I'm going to do. And I have to say, it feels so nice to be cycling. I haven't been on a bike now for a few days. We came here last week, and it feels so refreshing to go out cycling. So join me for a trip and let's see what we can find. I look forward to nice romantic villages, maybe an ice cream, a bit of something to drink, and 20-30 kilometers of cycling. Okay, so I'm just entering a little village. This is the road. The village itself is called Bušťarad, something like that, but probably doesn't tell you much. But the road sign there saying Kladno may be familiar to you. A Czech, pretty famous ice hockey player called Jaromír Jágr is from Kladno, as far as I know. There's a little dog wishing me probably welcome to the village. So let's see what we find here. Náměstí means square. Like in the center of Prague there's this famous Václav náměstí or something like that. So I guess this probably takes me to the village center. So let's move on and see if I'm right about that. So this is what the Czech small villages looks like. The houses sometimes looks pretty, at least for a Finn. That they would be just falling down, but then when you go inside they might look as modern as anything you see in those fancy decoration newspapers, so magazines. I wonder if this little opening here is the square. Might be or might not be, not really sure. I think I'll go behind the corner there and see what we have here. Yes, this is the center of the town, I guess. It says hotel on the wall. Okay, so I think I've cycled 3 kilometers from the other village, and here I am already in another village, and I guess this is the center square. My wife just told me that these little ponds, you find them in almost every village. They are for the fire department, for them to take water from in case of fire. Doesn't look very clean, but in the village I just started from, the kids were all swimming there in the pond. Here no one is swimming. Maybe that's a sign that the water is not that healthy to swim in. I got to this little crossing now. It says Lidice, and I think that's where I'm going to go, and I will tell you later why. Okay, so I just reached Lidice, the place I was going to first, and I'm at this really busy road and this little kiosk where I had an ice cream. Ice cream in Czech is smrslina. That's a really good pronunciation exercise for you if you like to try to learn some Czech. I really don't know much Czech myself, but I'd show you how it's written. I think they are not using vocals too much. Smrslina, something like that. Down there somewhere is the place, sort of museum, I'm going to next. Okay, so I'm not really sure if it's okay to cycle here because of what happened in this village during World War II. So I'm walking just in case someone would find it disrespectful to cycle in this area. Because this is a sort of memorial site of this village. During World War II, Czechoslovakia was occupied by Germany, and apparently someone in this village decided to help or cooperate with the Allies, and the Nazis wanted to make a warning example out of this village, and they killed every single one in the whole village. So somewhere here should be a sort of statue of all the little children who were killed by the Nazis. I'm trying to find that statue now. So let's see if it's somewhere here. This is probably not yet really what I'm looking for. There are, it looks like adults, a soldier. There are kids too there, but I don't think this is it. Here on the sign it says sandstone, okay. Liberation of women from concentration camp. Life at peaceful Lidice. Yeah. So I have to continue my search for the little children memorial statue or sign or whatever. So just visited the museum hall, searched there, and luckily there were two women speaking English happily. You don't always get that easily service in English in the Czech Republic. Young people do speak English, some older ones do too, but they are not often that happy to serve you or talk to you. So down there, I will show you down there in the valley. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't show. But anyway, that's what I'm looking for. There's a statue of all the kids together. So I'll just head down and take a look at that. So here finally it's the statue I was looking for. These are all the children from Lidice village who were apparently gassed by the Nazis in 1942. 82 children. Oh, some of them were so small. So it says 82 children of Lidice gassed by the Nazis in 1942 in memory of the millions of children who perished in the Second World War. Okay, far up there you're not able to see it, but I can see there are a lot of cyclists right now. I saw one, there's another one, and I saw a third when I walked down here, riding there. So I'm going to head up there, because behind me where I came from was a very, very busy road. I don't want to take that now. I'm just going to cycle up to that road and then have a look in Google Maps if I could, what kind of little round trip I could do to get back to the village I left. Definitely have to add some sunscreen too. I'm really feeling the sun burning my arms right now. But this is the beautiful scenery. I guess the village, which was destroyed by the Nazis, probably was located here in the valley. Not 100% sure about that, but I could imagine that would be the case. Okay, so after leaving Lidice, which was a pretty sad experience, although interesting, we're about to enter the village of Bieloki. No idea what's ahead of me, so let's go and find out. That might have been all. I'm turning towards Hoston. That's where I'm going. And yeah, don't think there's much more to this little village. Lots of glass there on the roadside, hopefully not puncturing my tires. Okay, here we go. Out of that last village, and this is the nice little road I'm cycling on now. I'm just checking smaller roads on Google Maps and thinking, why did I never think of doing trips on these little roads before? I've done quite a lot of cycling in the Czech Republic, but mostly down south, very near the Austrian border, in an area called the Lipno area. Lipno is an artificial big lake caused by a dam in the Vltava river, a sort of popular summer location for people. There are a lot of swimming opportunities there, which are pretty rare in the Czech Republic otherwise. There are not many lakes here at all, but rivers they do have, and the dams form then create more possibilities to swim. But I'm definitely taking my touring bike next year if you're coming back here. My camping gear as well I'm planning to do. Or now when I'm cycling here, I'm really thinking I should do some longer trip, as these small roads are so nice. So I'm just passing yet one other village. This was the Huston or something like that village, and I saw a sign saying Kladno 9 kilometers, so I'm taking that route now. I'm hoping to find a place to buy some fresh water, or I might see a little shop right now actually in front of me, because the water I got from my wife's aunt and uncle really doesn't taste that good at all. even to the point that it's hard to drink. So I think I'm going to fill up on water here on this in this little shop. Oh, there behind me. What does it say? Can't tell. But they should have some water at least. Oh, great. No problems now. I'm filled up with nice fresh water, and nothing beats a cold Pepsi on a day like this. Just ran into another cyclist here, brand new Canyon hardtail. They're doing a lot of road cycling with those mountain bikes, which I feel is odd. Tried to have a conversation with him, but he doesn't seem very talkative, so I guess I'm just having my Pepsi on my own here. Oh, I was judging that other cyclist way too soon. I tried one more time and he was really happy to have a little chat with me. Yeah, he did tell that he is cycling a lot on the roads with his mountain bike, but also some in the forest. And apparently especially the southern parts of Czech Republic. He mentioned the Šumava area, where I've also been mountain biking. That was sort of his favorite parts of Czech Republic to go mountain biking. Well, now I'm on my way to just have a quick look at the church. Maybe it's open. It's actually up above my head right now. And I'm going uphill. It goes really up and down here. I think I'll skip the plan to go to Kladno now when I got water here, because I'm really not in any hurry to get back to the Helčeviš village yet. This is so nice right now. Okay, here's the church right behind me. That's the local school, and that's the local church. However, it actually says Kostel. I'm not sure, that might mean... wait a minute, what is it in English? Like where you have monks and nuns. Can't think of that word right now, but I think I'll figure it out when I end this clip. But as you can see, it's locked, and there's another gate at the entrance, so it doesn't look like I'm going to get inside. Oh boy, it's really hot. I just had over 1 liter of water in one go. I think I've been drinking a little bit too little now, so that means I'm out of water soon again. I thought I would make it back home altogether with that water I bought from the shop just a while ago, but probably not. So that's a local little restaurant or cafe, or I don't know what they're behind me, but I'm not going in there to search for water. But I'll be heading for the next little village again, and maybe there or maybe here in Pavlov. I tried to search on Google Maps for some little shops, but the shops here in the villages might be too small to even show on Google Maps. So let's see. I do have maybe half a liter of water left, so maybe I will get some way with the liter I have in my belly right now. Okay, I just left the cafe, and 1 minute or two later these gates closed on me when I was coming closer. I guess that means there's a train coming pretty soon. Wow, look, there's even a little train station here in Pavlov. That's really cute. So that's Pavlov train station, and it's really open. There's probably someone working there. You could probably get your train ticket. So I guess I just have to wait for the train to pass and the gates to open. In the meantime, we can admire sort of romantic little cottages and houses here in the village. I think we can hear the train coming now. Not really sure yet from which direction it's going to come, but probably from there. Yeah, there it is. Let's go a bit further away. Not sure it's going to stop here or not. Well, this train was not stopping in Pavlov. Ha! You can see the woman's head moving there. She's lifting the gates manually somehow. She's really turning. Oh, now I see. It's that chain mechanism probably going underground all the way to the little house there where she's manually lifting the gates. Okay, so that does require someone to work there to handle the gates. This is how you keep people employed, keeping some of the manual work. Oh, that was a funny little train station right there, and a very good example of how they keep people employed here in the Czech Republic. Like things that are totally automatic in many countries are here run by people. Like this woman there managing that little train station and manually closing and opening the gate. That's really amazing, because Czech Republic is very advanced in so many ways. Like they have IT like any other country in Europe. But in Prague, on the metro stations, for example, you can find people managing the toilets, the public toilets. You will find a man or a woman collecting 5 crowns for you to use the toilet. The other day we went to an outside swimming pool area, and in the men's dressing room there was 2 women working, and their job was to manage lockers. You could get a lock for the locker if you wanted to leave your bags or valuables there, and that was all they did. Handed you the lock, took a deposit, and then you returned the lock and you got back your deposit. That's really all. And of course, in most countries you would have to have some automatic lockers instead. And while we are at it, talking about culture, this same woman, she was really sitting in the men's dressing room, and when we left the swimming pool, one Czech person, one man totally naked, just chatting with that woman. Like that was totally normal. And we Finns are usually not that shy of nakedness. We have our saunas and stuff, but that was too much for me. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. So, but it's interesting. Go to new places, you learn a lot. Okay, so I'm entering a bit bigger town now, Uthost. Not sure about the pronunciation of that, but this is what the town looks like. I'm probably on the main road here through town. Not many cycle paths, at least not here on the countryside. There's one there on the right, but that's for pedestrians. I'm pretty sure I'm not very welcome there, even though there's not a lot of people out here. But altogether, conditions for cyclists are not, it's not a high priority on making cycling easy and safe, so far at least, what I can see. But this is a bigger place. I'm pretty sure I'm going to find a shop somewhere to fill up on water. So I managed to get fresh water and a bit of energy from the local supermarket. I was really stupid. I didn't think of taking a lock with me. I was just supposed to do a really short little trip, but now it's turned out to be much longer than I first planned. But that I don't mind, but it was hard to really shop properly there in the shop. and not having the bike locked outside, but luckily nothing happened. This is definitely a bit bigger town. They even have their own cinema here. It's a local bank, I guess. The main street, the bus station down there, that's a supermarket too, and I think it's time for me to start heading back to the Lidice village. It gets dark at 9 o'clock here in Prague surroundings right now, so I don't want to be cycling in the dark on these roads. Oh. Okay, so cycling my way out of town right now. This is a beautiful town. I would really like to come back here. I have more time to walk around. This was a nice spontaneous bike trip, but really left me hungry for more of the Czech countryside. Hopefully I can do a longer trip next year. Okay, a local restaurant there on that side. Well, shouldn't be more than 1 hour max back to the village I left. This is something that it's typical for at least Czech Republic. I don't know about other countries here in Central Europe, but there are fruit trees oftentimes planted and growing along the roads. Here's an apple tree. There are apples. They are quite nicely camouflaged there right now. Probably not really ready yet, but free for anyone to pick. And I think there is a cherry tree a few meters in front of us. I've had pears along the roadside, plums as well. Really refreshing, maybe more towards the end of the summer, at the end of August. Most of them are ready to be eaten, but that's really nice. So you can get a bit of food here just riding along the roads. Yet again, one more village. This one is Rebec. Very hard to pronounce. Those special R's in the Czech language. I really don't know how to. Looks like a nice village. Houses and green and oh, look at that. Really pretty. Well, I guess I have to do some navigating again to see which way out of this village I should take. You never know. Sometimes it might be even the tiniest little road you should take. And yeah, so that's why you need to be pretty careful when you drive or ride through the villages. So back at the hotel, I passed in the morning and now there are musicians here doing some guitar music. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guitarists, I think. And they agreed to be filmed here. Wow, this is what I really like about the Czech countryside, that it's so alive. There's always something going on in these little villages. Even if there's just a little shop or restaurant or something like that. Wow, let's listen to this a while. What is this? Bluegrass, country music. Okay, so I'm entering the Lidice village now. Going downhill here. Here are pretty new houses. I think these were finished a few years ago. And probably the ones on the other side too. Further down will be the older village. The sun is not very high anymore, so it's a good time to finish the trip. So here you can see a bit of the old village center. There on the right is the pond where the kids are still swimming. So that's the fire department pond. Old houses. These villages really have their own charm. So hopefully you enjoyed the footage from the Czech countryside. I definitely enjoyed my bike trip, and I really will come back for more as soon as possible, but I'm afraid that will be next summer, and then I really want to make a longer trip, a week or so, and tour the South Bohemia, I think the area is called. Okay. The house there at the very end of the street, that's where my wife's aunt and uncle live. The aunt has a little shop here. She's selling all different kinds of goods here in the village. And I bet I should be greeted by 3 dogs. Now they are sleeping, they haven't noticed me yet, but usually they run for the gate. That's the first dog. There's the second one. Where's the third one? Where's the third dog? Not here yet. Well, anyway.